Hello and welcome back to AR77, another head-to-head comparison video for you today. On the left-hand side on the table today we have the X5 by Sig Sauer in the silver finish. On the right-hand side, also by Sig Sauer, we have the M17 in coyote brown. Both quite similar pistols in some ways, both .177 caliber pellet shooting, CO2 powered air pistols, both powered by 12 gram CO2 canisters. Yeah, really nice pistols. Let's have a look at them kind of head to head and see where they are similar and where they differ and how they sort of are from a replica point of view in terms of real life comparisons, let's say. Let's start with the X5. Both of these pistols do have a bit of CO2 in them today, but they are not loaded. There's no pellets in there. I will just take this time to show you the magazine on the X5. As I said before, 20 rounds in that kind of belt magazine. That closes up and that goes into the bottom of the pistol grip, as you can imagine, just like so, with a satisfying click, and you are good to go. I'm really considering getting the black version of this because I'm really pleased with this pistol, really like how it shoots. Let's have a look at it. Full metal slide, metal lower to the frame. It does have this kind of lovely silver finish, although it does look a little bit kind of painted. I am tempted to get it in the black because I think the finish on the black might be even nicer, although I think there is an attraction to having a big pistol of this size and this weight in that full kind of silver finish. It's really quite an attractive looking pistol. Adjustable sight on the rear there, which is really good. You've got a little white dot on the front there, but I do think the adjustable nature of that sight does make a big difference. This pistol is single action only, so if you pull the trigger, no joy. If you rack the slide and then pull the trigger, I'll give you a bit of an example of that blowback just to show you how that works. Yeah, so quite powerful blowback there. I will just pop that pistol back into that position and also put it on safe. Yeah, so full metal frame above and below, nice kind of X5 markings on here, and although they don't do anything, I do like the fact that the other pieces here, like the takedown lever, your slide catch release and all of that, and the safety, which does work obviously, I like the fact that they are in contrasting kind of black to that silver, along with these lovely kind of X5 grips, which are quite true to the real life. Nice kind of blade trigger there. Yeah, really nice. I forget which version of the X5 this is the most like, with the kind of the magwell, the sort of extended magwell there at the bottom. But I think if you go onto Sig's website, you will see one that looks pretty much exactly like that, with the same trigger, same sights, same grips, same magwell at the bottom there. So that's really good from a replica point of view. We don't have a cutout ejection port, so that's a bit of a shame. Again, I think on the black version that would make a big difference because it won't be as noticeable. Really nice pistol there for you by Sig. And yeah, shoots pretty well. You saw the blowback. Let me just show you a little bit of how this pistol shoots. Let me just move this out of the way. Have a look at that. So you can see then, I mean, obviously I'm very, very close. I should point that out for these shots. I'm within, I would say, 4 meters, so possibly 3.5 meters. This is indoors. I'm shooting indoors, or I have been shooting indoors just because of neighbours with little ones and things running around and not wanting to be a nuisance to them. But you can see that's pretty accurate. I mean, I'm aiming for the bullseye, for the centre of the target there. And with that sight kind of adjusted in, I'm managing to get a good group right in the centre of the target there. So that's how it shoots. You've seen the pistol, you've seen the blowback. Let's move on very quickly to the M17. Again, a really nice replica here. Let's start with the magazine because that's where the biggest difference is. You can hear that it uses a little bit of the CO2 to push the magazine out there. So the CO2 is housed in the magazine itself and not just in the pistol grip like with the X5. And there's a separate piece here. You press the button out there and this is then your actual ammunition kind of magazine. Again, 20 rounds in there, a similar kind of belt system, very straightforward. Both of these pistols do burn through ammunition. It's easy to get through a box of pellets with these pistols. Very easy to open that. You just open it, put your CO2 in, close that back up, and you're good to go. As for the pistol itself, metal upper frame, metal slide if you will, polymer or plastic lower, which I believe is true to form for the M17. Again, you have nice contrasting and metal switches, takedown lever, safety, etc. These do work. Obviously the safety works there, and you get a nice little red dot at the back when you're not in safe, when you're ready to fire. Takedown switch does work. You just push it down, push the slide back, lift it up and over, and you can access in case you get any jams or anything like that. So that's a benefit of this one. Nice white dot at the front, nice white dots at the back. You also here have this panel here which you can strip out and put a red dot on this particular model. In fact, I think there's a Sig Sauer specific red dot for the M17. Big difference between the M17 and the X5 is you do have this cut out ejection port on the top there, which for some of us is quite a nice touch. You can see through the pistol. Obviously there's a lot of stuff going on in the top there, but it is still a cut out ejection port nevertheless. This pistol is not single action only, it's kind of double action only. I mean, if you shoot the trigger like that, obviously it does blow back, then you get a bit of a reset, but you're still pretty much double action still. You still hear all the mechanism happening and working when you're taking your shots. From that point of view, I don't know, I wouldn't say which is the easiest to shoot. They're both pretty light in all fairness. I mean, there's a bit of pull on that trigger there. Yeah, I won't shoot the X5 again just because of the CO2. Yeah, really nice pistol. Really pretty accurate in terms of replicas. Metal trigger, just like the X5. And pretty accurate. So this magazine kind of looks like an extended magazine, so it's got all the gubbins in there. Nice bit of Sig branding on the bottom of there also. And on the pistol itself, Sig M17, all etched in. None of that horrific kind of white writing. All your warnings and things are there in the frame itself. In terms of blowback, let me give you a little bit of an example. Again, pretty powerful blowback there. One more. Yeah, pretty powerful. In terms of shooting then, let me just pop that on safe. In terms of shooting, I would say that because of the adjustable sight, the X5 is probably the most accurate, because you can obviously sight that in based on how you shoot yourself. I would also say that the X5 is the most powerful shooter. I don't have a chronograph, but just based on how targets respond to it, I would say that is the more powerful shooter. I've also fired it against metal targets to sort of make that comparison. Yeah, so I would say that's the best shooter. This is a really nice pistol, so it's up to you which look you prefer. You can only get that in the Coyote Brown, you can get that in the silver or in the black. Both quite fair representations of the real world firearm, although for me, I do like the addition of that cutout ejection port. I do like the fact that they're both kind of fully blowback and pretty good shooters all in all. Let me just put up a very quick video here of the M17 firing at the target. You can just see the target, but have a look at this. So you can see that actually, although it's not, I say it's not as accurate, it probably is similar in terms of accuracy. I couldn't get it, you know, I was aiming once again right at the centre of that target, but it gave me a nice little group. And as I said, I wasn't a million miles away. I was only probably 3.5, maybe 4 meters away from this target indoors. So there was no wind going on. I was able to get a pretty good reading on how this pistol shoots. If memory serves, I've got it here. Yeah, it's just a little bit down and to the right, but I was aiming there. So the pistol itself shoots down there. I could always correct for that, I suppose, if I wanted to, and then and bring those up somewhere more towards the centre. But as you could see with the X5, we had something a little bit more like that. Over distance, obviously, that might change. We would change. I'm not that good a shot over distance, but yeah, pretty fair comparison there. So it's up to you once again. Which do you prefer, the M17 by Sig Sauer or the X5 by Sig Sauer? Both really nice chunky pistols, and both really good examples of what replica air pistols can be like, especially these pellet pistols. Really nice. Really glad I got both of those in my collection. Haven't shot either of those for quite some time, and I was really pleased that I got them back out and shot them again today. No jams or anything like that. They both performed very well, and I think I'm going to shoot these far more often in future. Thanks very much for your time. Take care. All the best. Please stay safe. Oh, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you very much. Always appreciated. Bye.